The 3 best places in your home to store money and attract prosperity and fortune following Buddhist principles. Discover how your home can be a magnet for prosperity. Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, prosperity always seems to slip away? Perhaps the problem is not in your effort, but in the spaces in your home that may be blocking the flow of abundance. Based on Buddhist teachings, I will reveal 3 essential areas of your home that, when transformed, can boost your wealth in surprising ways. Before we go any further, share this positive affirmation in the comments. My home is a magnet for prosperity, and wealth flows freely to me. Why is your home down payment crucial to prosperity? Allow me to share an inspiring story. In a remote village, surrounded by mountains, lived a wise monk named Jiro. He was not only a Dharma master, but also a living symbol of abundance and harmony. One day, a young artist named May, frustrated by her difficulty finding success, sought Jiro's advice. Upon arriving at the temple, May noticed something curious at the entrance, a small altar decorated with a ceramic container filled with coins. When asked about the meaning, the monk explained, "This container is more than a decoration. It symbolizes our intention to attract abundance and sends a message to the universe that we are ready to receive it." Jiro continued, "The entrance to the home is the bridge between the outside world and our personal refuge. Keeping this space clean, welcoming, and aligned with our intentions can transform the energy that flows into our life." Inspired, May followed Jiro's teachings and transformed the entrance to her home. To his surprise, new opportunities began to arise, and his life changed profoundly. Transform your home. Transform your life. This story is a powerful reminder that small actions can generate big results. Stay with me and find out how to adjust other areas of your home to release the flow of abundance, the perspective change that can transform your life. Sometimes, all we need is to change our perspective. Let me share a story that illustrates this truth. Many years ago, in a distant village, a man lived in constant misery. He complained incessantly about the lack of wealth in his life, hoping for a magical solution to his problems. One day, he decided to seek the wisdom of an elder, known for his deep understanding of the world. Upon meeting the old man, the man vented about his poverty, hoping for a quick answer. The old man listened patiently and then spoke. "If you want abundance to enter your life, start by cleaning the entrance of your house and make room for the new. Show the universe that you are ready to receive." Although skeptical, the man followed the advice. Cleaning and renovation began at the entrance of his house, where he placed a small container with coins that he had kept over the years. Initially, he didn't notice any changes, but over time, opportunities began to appear, job offers, interest in his business, and his life was transformed. The energy of abundance and the power of intention. Hearing this story, May, a young artist, felt inspired. Monk Jiro continued, "When you cross the threshold of your home, you take with you the energy of abundance. Placing coins in a container is not just a symbolic gesture, but a focal point for your intention to prosper." Determined to change her life, May went home, cleaned her entrance, and bought a beautiful ceramic container, which she filled with coins from different countries. Each coin represented his intention to open up to abundance. Whenever she entered or left her house, she would stop to observe the container, visualizing opportunities coming her way. Over time, invitations to exhibitions of his art began to appear. What once seemed like a distant dream was becoming a reality. May understood that it was not the simple container of coins that had brought abundance, but her willingness to embrace the opportunities that the universe offered her. The true meaning of wealth. When May returned to Jiro's temple to share her story, he smiled and said, "Dear May, true wealth is not only in the material, but in the abundance of experiences and connections we cultivate. By keeping our home clean and welcoming, we create a space that invites prosperity to enter. Over time, May has not only become a renowned artist, but also a guide for others. She went on to share her experience, teaching the importance of the entrance to the house and the power of intention. His story has spread throughout the community, reminding everyone that prosperity begins within us and manifests itself through our actions. The energy of prosperity in your home. The story of May and Jiro reminds us that abundance is not a destination, but a journey that begins in our home. Whenever you enter your home, take a moment to acknowledge the space you've created. Keep the entrance clean, welcoming, and full of positive intentions. Place a container in this location and fill it with coins. But more importantly, fill your heart with the assurance that you deserve all the blessings the universe has to offer. As Buddhist traditions teach, the energy we send out into the world returns to us. By opening the door of your home and gratefully welcoming every opportunity that arises, you will become a magnet of abundance. May your home be a reflection of the wealth you carry within you, and may each coin you put in be one step closer to the realization of your dreams. The energy of abundance in your kitchen. The second essential place to boost your prosperity is the kitchen. Let me share a story that illustrates how transformative this space can be. In a small village surrounded by green hills and crystal clear rivers, there existed an ancient temple where a revered monk named Hosi cultivated not only wisdom, but also abundance in his life and the lives of others. His temple was a place of serenity and peace, where every corner reflected his commitment to a full and meaningful life. One day, a woman named Kiko, a talented chef known for her delicious dishes, but who always seemed to struggle to make ends meet, decided to visit the temple. Her kitchen, a place she should consider a sanctuary, was often disorganized, reflecting her frustration with the lack of energy and creativity in her work. Kiko then sought the wisdom of the monk Hosi, hoping that he could offer a solution. Upon entering the temple, the aroma of herbal tea prepared by Hosi enveloped Kiko. The monk invited her to sit down and share her thoughts. "What's hindering your journey, dear Kiko?" Hosi asked, observing the restlessness in his eyes. Kiko sighed and began to talk about his dreams and his constant struggle to find the necessary resources. "Master, I feel that my talent is being wasted. No matter how hard I try, scarcity always seems to follow me." Hosi listened attentively and, after a reflective pause, said, "There is a lesson about cooking and abundance. Let me tell you a story that might help you." Kenji's wisdom. Hosi began to tell about Kenji, an elder from a nearby village, famous for his tasty and love-filled soups. Although Kenji was humble, his simple, small kitchen was the place where he shared his energy with everyone, regardless of their financial situation. He invited the villagers to share their food, creating a welcoming and warm atmosphere. One day, a traveler arrived at Kenji's house and, seeing the clutter in the kitchen, questioned how he could prepare delicious food in such a place. Kenji, with a smile, replied, "The kitchen is not just a place for preparing food. It is where I share my love, and every dish I prepare carries the energy of abundance." The traveler, curious, decided to taste the soup and soon realized that there was something special about Kenji's food. Every spoonful was impregnated with affection and gratitude. "How do you manage to make your dishes so special?" the traveler asked. Kenji smiled and explained, "I always make sure my kitchen is clean and organized. When the space is free of obstructions, my energy flows, and this is reflected in the dishes I serve." Over time, Kenji became even more famous, and his kitchen turned into a gathering place for everyone seeking not only food, but also connection and community. He never charged much, but he always had enough to thrive. The energy of Kiko's kitchen. Upon hearing this story, Kiko felt a great inner transformation. Hosi continued, "Your kitchen is a sacred space. It's not just where you prepare your meals, but where you nourish your soul and the souls of others. To attract wealth, start by cleaning and organizing your kitchen. Every utensil should have its place, and every ingredient should be chosen with attention and love. Kiko, still in doubt, asked, "But how can I apply this to my life, Master? Sometimes I feel like I don't have the resources to buy quality ingredients." Hoshi replied wisely, "The key is in the intention. See your kitchen as a space where the energy of abundance can flow. When preparing your dishes, place a container prominently and fill it with coins. With each coin, say a silent prayer that abundance will come into your life. Visualize each coin as an approaching opportunity." Kiko's transformation. Kiko, inspired by Hoshi's teachings, began to transform her kitchen. He did a deep cleaning, getting rid of broken utensils and expired food. He organized the space and created a welcoming environment, ready to welcome new possibilities. He placed a small container on the countertop and filled it with coins, visualizing each one as opening new doors in his career. As the weeks passed, his creativity blossomed in the kitchen. His dishes, once just food, became works of art, and soon, word of his talent spread throughout the village. Eventually, a renowned chef tasted her creations and was so impressed that she offered her a job opportunity at a prestigious restaurant in the city. Kiko could hardly believe how his destiny was transforming. The lessons of Kiko and Kenji. Kiko realized that the real change came not only from her cooking ability, but from the energy she had cultivated in her kitchen. By keeping the space clean, organized, and full of positive intentions, she opened the door to abundance. The small container with coins became a constant reminder of his intention to attract prosperity into his life. Kiko and Kenji's story teaches us that the kitchen is a sacred place. By keeping our kitchen clean, organized, and full of positive energy, we are creating the ideal environment for abundance to enter our lives. Start with your kitchen. Clean, organize, and place a container with coins. Remember that what you create in the kitchen is a reflection of the energy you put into the world. Just like Kiko and Kenji, as we open our hearts and homes to abundance, we allow it to flow into our lives. May your kitchen be a space of prosperity, where every ingredient and every action becomes a celebration of life. The transformative power of your space. How to organize your environment to attract prosperity. In our everyday lives, we are often surprised by feelings of stagnation and lack of progress, as if we are stuck in a never-ending cycle of tasks and obligations. The world around us seems to be in constant motion, but despite this, we feel that our efforts do not translate into concrete results. At this time, it is common to blame external factors, such as the economy or the lack of opportunities. However, there is one valuable lesson that can radically transform our relationship with abundance and success: the power of the environment in which we live and work. When we talk about prosperity, we often focus on financial, professional, and personal goals. But have you ever stopped to reflect on how the space where you spend most of your time can influence your mind, your emotions, and even the flow of opportunities in your life? By understanding and applying this philosophy, we can turn any space into a true catalyst for abundance. The importance of an organized and harmonious environment. In many traditions and philosophies, the physical environment is seen as a direct reflection of a person's inner state. Feng Shui, for example, teaches that the space where we live or work can impact our health, well-being, and prosperity by influencing the energy flows that surround us. From a more practical perspective, disorganized and messy spaces can generate a feeling of overload and stress, while clean, organized, and welcoming environments create an ideal setting for mental clarity, creativity, and consequently, the attraction of opportunities. When our home or office is full of clutter, it's as if our mind is too. Every misplaced object, every pile of unresolved papers, and every dirty corner represent unresolved issues, blockages, or anxieties that we carry subconsciously. On the other hand, well-maintained and organized environments allow energy to flow freely without obstacles. Like a well-cultivated garden, these spaces are more likely to flourish and bear good fruit. Reorganize your home and you'll attract abundance. Transformation begins at home, as it is the place where we spend most of our time, whether resting, creating, or living with other people. A harmonious home environment not only improves the quality of life, but also becomes a reflection of our deepest intentions. By taking care of the spaces in our home, we can stimulate the entry of prosperity and make each environment become a true beacon of opportunities. For example, in the kitchen, where we prepare food, we must ensure that the space is clean, organized, and welcoming. Cooking is an act of creation, of offering something to oneself and others, and this process can be deeply symbolic. By keeping the kitchen organized and full of items that represent abundance, such as good quality utensils, fresh food, and foods that symbolize health and well-being, you are sending a message to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Similarly, the bedroom, which is the space dedicated to rest and recovery, also plays a crucial role. A clean and well-organized bedroom helps ensure a good night's sleep, which in turn reflects in more energy and disposition during the day. The use of soft colors, adequate lighting, and decor that inspires tranquility and harmony can help balance the energy of the environment, allowing you to recharge your strength for daily challenges. However, the place most directly related to personal and professional growth is your workspace. This is where you can literally create the conditions to achieve your goals, and your environment plays a key role in that. A disorganized office is a fertile ground for distractions and lack of focus. Each stack of papers represents something incomplete or a task that still needs your attention. To transform this situation, the solution is simple. Start with the organization. First, get rid of everything that is no longer necessary. Old documents, broken objects, or anything that has lost its usefulness should be discarded. This may seem like a simple step, but it has a big impact on your mental state. By getting rid of excesses, you create space for the new, for fresh ideas, and for new opportunities. Organize your work materials, ensuring that everything has a specific place. Not only does this increase productivity, but it also sends a message of clarity and purpose to the universe. In addition, it is important that your workspace is a reflection of your goals and aspirations. Place objects or symbols that represent your desires and intentions. It could be a photo of your dream project, a plant that symbolizes growth, or a piece of art that inspires creativity. These elements make your space more than just a place to perform tasks. They become a constant reminder of what you're working to achieve. The energy of objects, how we attract prosperity. In many cultures around the world, there is a belief that certain objects have the power to attract or block energy. In feng shui, for example, objects such as mirrors, plants, and water fountains are used to balance the energies of a space and improve the flow of wealth. But even without resorting to esoteric practices, it is possible to perceive how the objects we choose to keep around us influence our disposition and mentality. By creating a workspace that is a reflection of your desires, you are literally inviting prosperity into your life. A simple gesture, such as placing a jar of coins or a plant in your office, can serve as a visual reminder of your intention to attract more abundance. Coins, for example, are a universal symbol of wealth and success, and the action of depositing a coin each day as suggested in the previous stories, can be a powerful symbolic practice that helps you realize your financial goals. Also, don't underestimate the power of other objects that may not have a financial value, but that have great personal significance. It could be a keepsake of a great success or a photo of something you've achieved. These objects represent not only what you have already achieved, but also what you want to achieve. They have the power to keep your mind focused and your energy aligned with your goals. Transformation happens in simplicity. One of the most valuable lessons we can draw from practices such as Zen and Feng Shui is that true prosperity does not come from accumulating possessions or luxury, but from creating a life that is simple, balanced, and aligned with our intentions. When you organize your space, you're not only creating a more beautiful or functional environment, but you're also creating an energy field that attracts what you want. Simplicity, in this case, is the key to unlocking abundance. In Zen, the practice of simplicity is seen as a way to achieve mental clarity. By reducing what is unnecessary in our environment, we can see things more clearly, better understand our intentions, and focus our energy on what really matters. This is vital for the manifestation of our desires. Conclusion: your environment is the first step to success. Now that you understand how your space can influence your mind and your opportunities, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. Start by organizing your home, your office, and any other environment where you spend time. Make them places that reflect your aspirations and that transmit the energy of prosperity. By doing so, you will be creating the ideal conditions for success. Remember that the environment is not only physical, but also energetic. If you keep the intention clear and the mind focused, your space will become a true tool of manifestation. It doesn't matter where you are right now. Transformation starts with a simple step: the decision to change and create an environment that reflects what you want to achieve. Thus, as you take care of your space, the space will also take care of you, attracting prosperity, abundance, and opportunities into your life that you never imagined possible. Haruto had arrived at the temple after facing personal challenges. He was very skilled and dedicated, but his professional life always seemed to fall into a cycle of frustration. His small graphic design business, which he had started with high expectations, was not thriving. Although he worked incessantly, he felt constantly overwhelmed, and his workspace, situated in a disorganized corner of his apartment, reflected his messy mind. Each day was a struggle to stay focused, and despite his good intentions, something was still missing. Once, while meditating in the temple, Haruto approached Master Jiro, an elderly man famous for his skill in simplifying complex problems. "Master," Haruto said humbly, "I am practicing your philosophy and meditating every day, but I feel that my professional life is not yet advancing. My business is stagnant, and despite the constant effort, the results do not appear. My workspace feels chaotic, and I feel like my mind is too." The master, with a calm expression, replied, "The chaos you feel in your mind is reflected directly in the chaos of your environment. Your cluttered workspace is a physical reflection of inner clutter. If you want to transform your life and attract prosperity, you should start by reorganizing your space, especially the place where you create and work. Every object and every corner needs to vibrate at the same frequency as your goals and desires." Surprised by the depth of the answer, Haruto asked, "Master, how can I organize my workspace in a way that brings results? How can my environment impact my success and inner peace? Master smiled softly and said, "Let me tell you a story that can help you understand." He began to narrate the story of Kenji, the village carpenter. Many years ago, a man named Kenji lived in a small village on the banks of a river. Kenji was a talented carpenter, famous for the beauty and durability of the furniture he created. However, despite his skill, his business did not prosper. His studio, located in a dark corner of the house, was filled with scattered tools, cluttered wood, and project plans strewn across the floor. Even though he worked tirelessly, Kenji always felt exhausted and uninspired. One day, while walking through the nearby forest, Kenji encountered the monk Jiro, who was in an inexplicable calm, gathering dry leaves. Fascinated by the monk's tranquility, Kenji approached and asked for advice. "Master," Kenji said, "I work non-stop, but my business never grows, and I always feel tired. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." The monk looked at him for a moment and asked, "What is the environment like where you work? Does it reflect the kind of life you want to build?" Kenji, surprised by the question, replied, "My studio is always in disarray. I can't find anything, and I often feel frustrated." The monk nodded and said, "Your workspace is a direct reflection of your mind. If the environment is disorganized and full of distractions, so will your mind. To attract abundance, you must first create a space that is conducive to clarity and prosperity. Every tool and every object should have a purpose, and the environment should be aligned with your intentions." Inspired by the monk's words, Kenji decided to follow the advice. Upon returning home, he spent days reorganizing his studio. He cleaned every corner, discarded old materials, and organized his tools efficiently. He added elements that symbolized prosperity, such as a plant representing the growth of his work and a board with the project he wanted to complete. As time went on, Kenji noticed that his mind was clearer and the work became less exhausting. His productivity increased, his ideas flowed more easily, and soon he began to receive more orders, becoming recognized for his skill and dedication. Haruto's transformation. Haruto, upon hearing the story, realized the lesson that the master was trying to convey. He decided to apply the teachings in his own life. Upon returning to his apartment, he observed his workspace with new eyes. It was evident that the chaos in his office was contributing to a lack of focus and constant stress. To change his situation, he knew he had to start with his environment. First, he cleaned out his desk, throwing away unnecessary papers and organizing his design tools. Next, she placed a small plant on the edge of the table, a symbol that her career also needed daily care to grow. Haruto didn't stop there. He followed Master Jiro's advice and incorporated a symbol of prosperity into his space. He found a small figure of a golden dragon, a traditional symbol of wealth, and placed it in a corner of his desk. Whenever he looked at the dragon, he was reminded of his commitment to success and abundance. In addition, he made a small wooden box that he had carved and proceeded to place in it one coin at a time, symbolizing his desire to attract opportunity and prosperity. Over time, Haruto noticed a significant change. His focus and creativity increased, and he began to move faster toward his goals. His clients noticed the improvement in his work, and soon he began to receive more orders as his reputation grew. What once seemed like stagnation now turned into a phase of growth and success. Valuable lessons for your journey. Haruto and Kenji's story teaches us something fundamental. The environment where we work has a profound impact on our minds and our ability to achieve success. When our space is cluttered, our mind also becomes a field of chaos, distractions, and stress. However, when we organize our environment, and align it with our intentions, we create a space conducive to focus and prosperity. To apply these teachings in your own life, follow these practices. Space cleaning. Start by cleaning your desk and getting rid of everything that is not necessary. Organize your environment to create a place conducive to concentration. Tool organization. Make sure that every object in your space has a purpose. Organize your materials in a practical and efficient way, creating a focal point. Place objects that represent your goals and desires. It can be an image of a project, a plant, or an item that inspires focus and motivation. Use of prosperity symbols. Add symbols of success and abundance to your space, such as coins or objects that represent prosperity. They act as constant reminders of your intentions. Maintaining order. Keep your space clean and organized, ensuring that everything has a place. This creates an environment of clarity and facilitates productivity. Remember, the space you create to work not only influences your productivity, but also the energy you attract into your life. With an organized, focused environment full of positive intentions, you will open doors to new opportunities and the success you seek. Did you like it? Leave your like and share with those who need to feel this divine instruction.